Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is the big day. It is the day that starts a new chapter in my life. I graduate from college. I will become the first official graduate of my family from college. Thank you for whoever clapping. Fuck niggas, it's gonna boot. But anyway, I decided to record, to tell a little brief history of my timeline when I started to when I finished this program. I didn't know what to expect when I first started. I hadn't been to school since 2006. So while I was here, I was also trying to get my high school diploma. You pretty much you could get your high school diploma and of course the college diploma as well, both. So at first, I always just get funny vibes from certain people, you know. And thus far in my life, I have never really been wrong about people. There's been a few occasions, but a lot of times I'm debating if I should say this next thing. Um, no, I ain't gonna say that. That'll probably be anyway. So yeah, man, I would have probably dissed myself if I would have said what I was trying to say, basically. But I ain't gonna do that. My teacher was Mr. Rogers, or well, I don't think you call him a professor. We just say teacher. Shit, I don't give a fuck about them terms. My teacher was Mr. Rogers, and my first class was right over here, actually. Oh no, that shit ain't Linux. Linux. Now, Linux is a program that's on the. It's actually a system. You know, there's many systems within computers. Windows, Linux. Back in the day, I believe it was DOS, and not Windows, but I'm just naming the different programs. There's other programs out there. Just Google everything. That's basically what this whole entire class became later on down the line. Just Googling every damn thing you had to answer for, getting the answers, and even cheating on some tests. Don't tell nobody. Uh, yeah, man. I ain't really want to go out like that. Even though a lot of times, I should say, I ain't gonna even lie. There were times where I cheated. I ain't gonna lie. Stressful week, work, home life. But even though, as I said, I did cheat. I admit it. Um, it's best to go over that though. It's best to read it. You know what I'm saying, and then see the answer after. Sometimes it's not good to cheat all the time because you're not gonna get the information by cheating. You're just going through this whole cycle. It's not really fun. It's just I'm cheating, and like I said, I did it for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I say from October to December. I was cheating like a motherfucker. I was cheating. Just like I said, if you go to Google and you type in certain questions, they have it on certain sites known as Beep and other sites known as Beep. You can find certain answers. You know. So my first day, it was cool. Oh no, I got to talk about Linux. I guess I'll just kind of talk about what I remember learning. Linux was a very tough class to start off with. You know what I'm saying? It was basically everything in Linux. What makes it different from Windows is most of Linux is command line. Command line is you type in something and then you get the results. You know what I mean? You can type in applications. It's pretty much like you type in a code name or this or that, and it opens. And I remember my teacher saying how much money people make off of Linux. And like I can understand, but like it's one of them things. I think I complained about this back then. I said only people that like Linux, the motherfuckers that made it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody, you don't because every computer you see in most households are ran on Windows. You know what I mean? Nobody talks about Linux, you know. But it was a tough class. I don't really remember my second class to be honest. You know what I mean? But like I remember I had got like a bad grade on one of those tests as far as the Linux class. And he was just like, look, you know, I'm gonna let you take this over. You know what I'm saying? I said, thanks, man. You know, he was like, oh no, no problem. And cause like I really studied. I remember this. It just comes back to you as you talk about it. But I studied hard, and this is the early days of my like going to school, and so I was like really dedicating myself. This is before Miami beat down. Like everything just kind of got pushed aside. You know what I'm saying? And I was just always studying, always. I was deep into that book, but I got an F. Oh no, I got a D. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just drove me crazy because I was keeping, consistently like good grades. I was getting like 92s, 93s. You know what I'm saying? It was good. You know what I mean? They was low A's, but shit, it's an A, you know? And I'm just like, I just, that shit bothered me. But he let me retake it that day. I retook it and wound up getting a C. I'm just like, I probably said it to myself, or he probably didn't like the way I said it. I don't know. But again, it's me being me. And he was like, this is why you failed, or whatever the fuck he said. Got all pissed. Cause I wasn't trying to tell him he wasn't doing his job. I was just like, man, you for real? I probably said it like that. But it probably came across as most shit that I do the wrong way. And I truly didn't mean nothing by it. I'm like, damn, how the fuck I failed? I'm thinking to myself, like, what did I do wrong? But he took it as like me saying, you know, I'm just like, no, bitch. I ain't say that, but I thought it real hard, and he probably seen it, which is why he responded like he responded. So later on, eventually my teacher, Mr. Rogers, like he came in there one day, and he tried to log onto his computer, like the teacher normally does. He logs into his computer, and he couldn't get on. He was like sucking his teeth. He was mad. He was frustrated. And prior to this, we were told that a lot of teachers just all of a sudden just got fired from FCC. You know what I'm saying? There was no notice, there was no nothing. It just like you fired. You can't log on to your computer. You know what I mean? And so he was logging on. He's like, why is this not working? What's going on? And then he had said, I think he had to wait to go upstairs. Like, I don't know why this shit's so cloudy to me, and it just happened last year. But like like after a while, he learned that he wasn't the teacher for the class. He was being replaced with Mr. Sharif, who became my permanent teacher up until I left. And Mr. Sharif was a better teacher. You know what I mean? I had a lot of issues with him, but like I kind of feel like those issues later got resolved. When I kind of had a bit of a blow up, which I'll get into a little later. You know, just kind of lost it. There's a lot that goes on with the story of why I blew up, which is why I'm just gonna say that shit for later. You know, um, so I'll probably talk about that next, but keeping in to the story, the high school portion was at first the most fun part of doing this program. You know what I mean? It was like really fun. And because I was just acing these fucking tests, like just became great. I'm gonna talk about this. Actually, I'm gonna talk about that other thing that I just said I was gonna talk about next. I'm gonna talk about that a little later because I just something else just popped up that's very, 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 very important. But anyway, so the high school part was fun. I swear on everything. I'm sitting there like, damn, why I dropped? You know, I was learning about. I had English, I had reading, I had like a lot of classes. But what wound up happening was I had to get my transcripts from Hillsborough High School, and like I ain't feel like going to that motherfucker. But they had said that the school gets the transcripts. But the truth is, no, the fuck they don't. You know what I'm saying? And you'll just be doing like 17 classes if you don't get the transcript from high school. And like I wasn't trying to do that many classes. On top of that, they had one of the worst classes of all time, or shall I say two of the worst classes of all time. And then where your mind is. Science, no, not science. Science is cool. Uh History of art and math. Math, I probably, if I try real hard, delete everything around me, I could probably do real good in that. The history of art ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is annoying as hell. Damn, I don't care if the sculpture made out of this. As long as it's created and it's pretty. That's it. Period. It's all kind of shit, man. You know? But I was doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I did okay on math. I kind of cheated. Anyways, moving forward, like, yeah, math was a bitch, man. Math was a bitch. But with the other classes, I was having fun. I was doing reading and English. You know what I'm saying? But like as I was doing it, because I had to get my own transcripts, I wasn't going to like catch the bus or walk all the way to no fucking Hillsboro. I had my transcripts inside this binder, because I remember sending them to the Art Institute when I was there for like probably not even a month. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had my transcripts in this folder, so I just got them, gave it to the teacher. You know what I'm saying? She had wound up, like slowly classes just started to disappear. This is where shit started fucking me as far as the high school part. So English and reading was like my favorite classes, man. And life or health or something like that. It was this one class that was like on some damn inspirational shit. Like you can do it, believe in yourself. It was one of them, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of class is this? And it was just nothing but positivity. I don't know what that shit was called. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I had fun with that shit, but like that shit just disappeared one time. You know what I'm saying? And like I get this notice that says, since you have not been on this class every day, because like you have 14 days before they kick you out of a class. You know what I'm saying? And it said you have reached 14 days and you haven't been active in this class. And I was like, bitch, I've been on this shit every day. I was on it every day. You know what I'm saying? Other classes like math, I could understand if they took that off. I could understand if they took the history of art off. I could understand that. I wasn't really on them classes like that. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? And so I go to the teacher, and she's like, she said, yeah, that's what it says, that you haven't been on it. But like, truthfully, she was saying me that every day. Like, I was going there every day. You know what I mean? Always working on shit, and she was surprised. And she said, I'm almost done with all of my classes. That's what she told me. I'm like, really? Because like you got to keep in mind the transcripts are taking off classes as I'm finishing classes too. So I just felt confident. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, deal with this class, and then deal with the high school. Cause like my main class was from like 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and then from 1 o'clock to whenever I felt like leaving, I did the did the high school. Like I used to do the high school from like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Then I go home, sleep for a little bit. I gotta be to work at like 6 o'clock. So I wind up waking up at 4:30. You know what I'm saying? To get ready for work. My mom or my brother come through, pick me up, take me to work. You know what I'm saying? And then I work from 6 to 11. Start the process over again. So anyway, yeah, like, but I was loving that shit. I was loving that challenge. You know what I'm saying? So going back, what the fuck I was gonna say? Shit, gotta stop distracting myself. So as I'm doing the high school, you know what I mean? I just like I was working on this quiz. I'll just get to this part. I was working on this quiz, dog. It may have been English or something. And I was kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? I was killing that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm just like I'm grinding, I'm doing my thing. And this is at a time when like the school, like kids, the people within the school, they had a choice to stay in the school or like to go home early. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, except me and this one girl that was there, like we stayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just kind of finished my work. You know what I'm saying? I did this test. In the middle of doing the test, like I said, I'm knocking out the answers, and like that bitch pop up with, since you have not been active on doing this test, we are kicking you out of this test, or something like that. I know I said it very ghetto, but just try to say it in a proper context. That's basically what the shit said, you know, and it kicked me out, logged me off. I told the girl next to me, I ain't even know this girl at the time, but I'm like, he logged me off for no fucking. It's funny looking back now because I'm like talking to this complete stranger that I don't even know. And I'm just like, they logged me off for no fucking reason. And she was like, but she felt me though. You know what I'm saying? She was like, what? I'm like, yeah, they just logged me off for no reason. Like, and that shit, cause it made me hot. And this is a point, you know what I'm saying, when I was just kind of tired of certain bullshit that's at this school. I've made many rants about it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why when we did what was it, West Side Live, and we were at the FCC. I made the FCC stadium, and I put no enroll, but I meant to put don't enroll. It was a combination of shit that was just pushing me to a point where I really wanted to drop out. You know what I'm saying? With the main program, that is. It was just a lot of things. Um, Certain curriculums that I just wasn't fucking with, you know, and certain lies that they told to get into school. And I know I'm going to distract myself and forget where I was with my thought that I was just talking about, but this is important. A lot of people went into this program and was told that when they get out of this program, they will be getting their A plus certificate, as well as they said we were supposed to get like three different certificates, and like I was gonna get my high school diploma. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. Like you get a voucher to take the A plus test, and you know they give you the certificate for passing the program, and then you get your high school diploma. And I don't want no voucher. Like you just get it cause take the A plus. I think it's like 500. You know what I'm saying? They give you a voucher to take it for 200. I'm like, I don't want no voucher. I want the fucking A plus. Like that's what I was told though, that I'm getting my A plus. But it was later on down the line that I learned that I'm getting a voucher. You know what I'm saying? Like they lied to get me in, and they lied to a few students to get them in. You know what I mean? And just sometimes the instructors, like they'll just be on some damn, oh I know this, and that's also what made me like it started getting on my nerves. Like people just, I don't like the way people act when they get like a bit of information. Like I don't. Like people just think that they all high and mighty and they just the smartest person ever. That's one of the reasons I started bringing my work to school, as far as Miami Beatdown and shit that I've been working on. Not to brag or look like something, but it was like, bitch, y'all don't know what the fuck I'm on, and this is only half the shit. And I had showed, cause I showed some of the class some of the animation I do, and they was blown away, cause we'll get to that later. But So anyway, going back to the high school shit. So I failed this test because the site decides to kick me the fuck out, you know, and that just pissed me off, and I forgot to talk about, I don't know if this is the right word, but the aesthetics or like how you take the high school part. You have to go, well, I used to go into this class, you know what I'm saying? I put in all my credentials to log into this website called Brookshire. From Brookshire, from Brookshire, you access that page and then you go to Cyber High. And on Cyber High, you log into that, and then you have like that's where you take all of your classes. Like you pretty much take it. It's like an online course in a way. You know what I'm saying? And I used to just always take it at the school. You know what I'm saying? But after this incident and a few other incidents there, because sometimes people would just kind of like, it'd be kind of crowded in there sometimes, not a lot of times, but it'd just be like a lot of people. A lot of people can sometimes be distracting, when you're really trying to study something new, you know what I'm saying, and trying to learn some shit, you know. Like I remember one time a lady, not the teacher by the way, the teacher was cool, he was cool, you know what I'm saying, but like somebody, I think it was a Spanish lady, she had like this baby with her, and I remember that, I was about to call that baby a motherfucker, but I remember the baby, he kept crying, dog, you know what I'm saying, and it was like, damn, man. And at the end of the day though, being who I am, I ain't want to be like, mad because like shit, you never know people situations. You know what I'm saying? She probably ain't got a babysitter. You know what I mean? And she grinding with her baby in her lap. It's actually a beautiful thing, to tell the truth. But it's like he need to shut the hell up. So anyway, you know, it just some things became distracting. Sometimes people, talking loud and all of that. So I started to do cyber high at home. And this was a bit of okay, well, yeah, a bit of a bad idea because being able to take it at home, it's kind of like if you get a lazy ass kid and you take them and you just homeschool them. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how this is. I started to become lazy. I ain't gonna even front. I did. I became lazy. As a result, a lot of classes started to be kicked off. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do that as an act of like it ain't really being lazy because it really was that test, man. Like for real, like because after that happened, I think another test happened like that. That like sometimes when you're doing cyber high, that shit will log you out. I talked to the teacher about this. In order to fix those, issues that you were having, you had to call the school, and like the school is based in California. You know what I'm saying? And you had to wait like a week to hear back from them, sometimes even longer. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, yeah, I'm going through this, I'm going through that with your site, and then they take like a long ass time to get back with you. You know what I'm saying? And it might take them months to fix whatever the issue is, from what I was told. So it's like instead of go through that, just do what I can do in this situation. You know what I mean? And shit, sometimes that shit will be so frustrating because, like I said, even after this test, it was like the first time that happened. It started to happen multiple times after that. It started to happen a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And that's frustrating when you're trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean? That shit just logging you out. And like it would happen a lot. You know, I'm trying to debate if I should get to the last part of the high school. Yeah. No, I'll talk about that now. So yeah, part of it is being lazy, and part of it is because I'm tired of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And like I told Melvin this, Melvin was one of the students that was in there with me. I told him that, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm just tired, bro. Like I'm tired of the bullshit. Like I really was physically tired sometimes. You know, you gotta understand. I'm pushing carts from 6 to 11. I'm pushing carts. You know what I'm saying? I'm dodging cars backing out of the parking lot at Walmart. You know what I mean? From 6 to 11 just to go to sleep, just to have to get up at like 4:30 in the morning. Oh, no, 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 not 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I had to leave the house. I had to cross this busy ass street. There's so many times I was so close to getting ran over. This old black dude, you know what I'm saying, on some damn, I don't know what the fuck he was on. But this was like the first of the month one time. He almost ran me over. And then he just like shook his shoulders and shit or something he did. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just this old ass dude, like, and it just, man, a lot of times I almost died. Like this is not a lie. Like I'm not trying to like, make the story seem more interesting or nothing like that. Like there's many times crossing the street in Brandon, crossing the street to get to school, I almost got hit by a car. I almost fucking died. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that this school doesn't have sidewalks is also an issue. You know what I mean? And like I remember one of the students kind of like made mention of that, and then they were just like, well, you know what I mean, drive a car and stop complaining. That's what one of the staff said. But it's like funny because they talk that shit at the beginning of like, we don't, down you for your situation and all of that, and but no, they don't. You know what I mean? Because like that's like you don't know that man's situation. You don't know why he can't drive. You don't know why he can't get there. Same thing with me. Everybody got a story. You know what I'm saying? You can't just assume that we just, being lazy catching a bus. Yeah, a lot of people do that shit, but a lot of people they going through their own financial issues or whatever it is. As a result, they put in these situations. You know what I'm saying? You can't ever tell nobody full story by just looking in their fucking window. You know what I mean? You can't. But anyway, so almost got ran over by cars, bus, you know what I'm saying? Buggies. Anyway, so I used to have to walk in this grass patch. And this is what made me pissed. Because when you walk in the grass patch, you gotta walk inside the school and you smell stink. And you know where the stink coming from walking in that grass. And you ain't stepping dog shit. It's just that it probably rained the other day, and then you walking into this grass. You know what I'm saying? The shit gonna start to stink after a while, because the water get in your socks. So yeah, I'm in a class just funking it. You know what I'm saying? Stink as a motherfucker. And yeah, it was stuff like that. But the high school shit, it was tough. And that's another reason I used to want to stay after school because I used to smell myself. So shit, if I can, everybody else can. But shout out to Melvin, dog, because like he used to drop me off home, and that's a guy who I used to just kind of vent to. Definitely a mentor. Sorry I don't ever answer your calls like that. I'm always doing something, or I'm always asleep, or I'm always working on something, and I got my headphones in, trying to distract myself from the bullshit of everyday life. So it's I'm done. Let's say I'm done with school. This is continuing with the high school story. I'm done with school. I graduated April 15th from my main program. I still got to finish the high school. You know what I'm saying? Get people calling me. Do you think you're going to be able to finish the high school? Do you think you're going to be able to finish the high school? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. It's cool. So I think you had like, I was told that you could still do the high school part after you graduate. You know what I'm saying? But like I wasn't told that there was a timeline where after you graduate, where you can no longer log on. April 16th, 2019, I think, I get an email that says you have 30 days to finish all of your high school. And I went into grind mode. There is a reason Miami Beatdown is not done. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to literally dedicate every moment to that. Like, I really had to go in. You know what I mean? And I was study. My classes was History A, History B, and fuck, what was that last class, dog? No. History A, History B, American government. History A, History B, American government. Damn, dog, is I see the fucking name, but I can't. American government. Economics, eco motherfucking economics. I knew it was gonna come. I'm like, bitch, hold up, man, because you was hard. History A, History B, Economics, and American Government. Those were my four classes that I had to take. History was fun. You know what I mean? I keep using the word fun and shit, and I'm just thinking of like an adventure and shit, but not like, I guess it was fun because like it's always fun to me to get new information and to learn, you know what I'm saying? And like, I think that's why I keep using that word so loosely, but like it was amazing to learn these things, you know what I mean? But when History B started to kick in, this is when you know, being black, knowing your history, that's when that shit was starting to be like, y'all full of shit. He was talking about the civil rights. I've been studying on the civil rights since 1999. You know how old I was? I was 10. So we were just talking about shit. And some things they were correct. Some things I learned, you know what I'm saying? That's why Wikipedia is good in one window. And whatever the information or textbook is good in the next window. That's cool. You know what I mean? But basically, what happened with History B is the wrong answer became the right answer. You know what I'm saying? It's true. I swear on everything I love. Like they talked about Dred Scott and all. Lying. A lot of lies. A lot of lies. So that was a tough because of that, because you never knew which wrong answer was the right answer. But I wound up passing it after a long ass time. It was a little tough towards the end. I finally finished that class, and I was left with American government and economics. This shit was tough, man. American government. I think the hardest part of one of the two, because I think they kind of go into each other. Economics and American government kind of like, are not the same thing, but they have elements of each other in each. White House can kiss my ass. I'll be back. Yeah, when they started talking about the Constitution and all that shit, that was tough. You know what I mean? And we're talking about like colonies from Europe. You know what I mean? When they came over here and just that whole timeline. Because I don't really remember everything. I remember like just trying to remember everything that was like, you get this online like booklet thing to read, you know what I'm saying, about this stuff. You kind of go through the pages and go through the book, and you read it, and you got to just memorize. I think it's really based off of memory, you know and that's why it's a hard class if you smoke weed. But overall, I kept fucking up in that class. And I forgot to mention on history, there was something called I don't know, the bitch was flying. That's all I remember. The bitch was like, there was this girl flying. Manifest Destiny. That was a tough one too, man. Like anything that's super old was super hard. That's pretty much how I can put it. But if it's like when they're talking about the 1940s, the 50s, the 60s, 70s, like that's cool. And it's weird because that's kind of current to me. Like I know it's not current, but it's like that's easy. You know what I'm saying? That's like something I'm familiar with. But it's just when they go way the hell back, I'm like, damn, dog, wasn't nobody born. All y'all dead. So yeah, it was dealing with stuff like that. But after a while, I finished before the 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I finished. after trial and error. And yeah, that same shit was happening. I was being logged out the system, you know what I mean, and different things like that. But after a while, I finished. And I remember my teacher, as far as the main course, he was like telling me things like, "Yeah, you gotta finish it." Like they keep telling me every day, Tony, you're not logging in, and I just be like, so. But anyway, now I'm finna talk about the next topic because, like I said, I finished the high school. It was hard. It was tough. It's this. It's this turn. Let's bring this over here. All right. What is this even called? I think it was dealing with routers and switches, and I had to learn about oh, 2 to the power of 10 and all of this shit. And just know I've never been that good in mathematics at all. So like this was tough, and I was told that there was not a lot of mathematics that was going to be used in this program. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, it's not. You know what I mean? But at the time, when I hear the word none, I'm hoping none, no mathematics. But we do this 2 to the power of 10 shit. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things when everybody in the class get what's going on except you. And you just agreeing just so you don't look like a dumbass or an outcast. And like, but it just, the real nigga in me was like, do you really want to get this shit? You know what I mean? It's too late to look back now. What you gonna do? And shit, they just worked with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause like it was tough for me to get, and this was basically networking. You know what I'm saying? Like you do the 2 to the power of 10, you do 2 to the x and shit. This was like it's hard to explain. Fuck, it's one of them things that I can just do. At this point, but like you see where they got a school for this because like certain things you can't explain. You literally, when working with computers, you speak in a whole nother language. You know what I'm saying? You really are. You just speak in a whole nother language. Like when you learn that computers only understand zeros and ones, yes and no, once you get that down formatted, you pretty much get an idea of like, how the computer operates and how it works when you learn the coding and just all of that shit. That's why I had said one time, I don't even know if I said this on a podcast. That's why I was saying like, shit, I'm thinking about going to do cybersecurity, you know, because now that I got this information that was very tough for me to grasp, and in some ways, some of this is still hard to understand, even after the fact. But it's like, I got all the books right here. Let me grab this shit. I think this motherfucker dead, even though it ain't dead. Wow. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I also got this. It's right in my hand as I speak. At 32% in battery life, I have a Amazon Kindle. And this is what I use to study. Like I got like a shitload of books. I don't want to say the number, just a lot. I got a lot of books that the books got downloaded to this Kindle that I got from the school. And you pretty much read some of the books on this. But reading the books on this shit will destroy your eyes. Destroy that shit. But later on I just found, easier ways to use it. Excuse me. This is pretty much where technology is going, guys. This is how people want you to read. They want you to use a Kindle and fuck your eyes up. So look, I literally got all my books. So my first class was Linux. Oh, the shit ain't in order. I know my second class was MCSE, MCSA. I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh yeah, that was what I was just talking about. Shit, that was the whole servers and all of that, and you know, I remember the teacher, dog. He just kind of had this vibe, like, yeah, you probably never gonna get it. And this is Mr. Rogers, the guy who got kicked out of class. He just had this vibe, even though he was telling me you'll get it. You just know that vibe, like when people are like, yeah, I guess. And like just how people would act, it's just like you're not trying enough. You know what I'm saying? You ain't pushing yourself enough, and you really trying your best. You just don't get the shit. It's not your fault. You know what I mean? You weren't exposed to this. But later on, you know what I'm saying? I got it. And like this is what made me realize that some people ain't shit. And you can't take nothing personal because you gotta understand people just coming from their background, and people just full of shit. I mean, there's no way else to say it, you know. But what happened was there was a student that came into class. Same thing. You know what I mean? He didn't get it. He struggles in math just like I do. Same thing. You know, but at this point when he came into school, and this guy was older too, he had to be like in his like 40s going into 50s. You know what I mean? Older than me. He comes into class, you know what I'm saying? And like he didn't get the mathematic portion. He didn't get it. You know how to hold 2 to the power of 10 and all of that. Like I didn't get how that shit worked. I just didn't. You know, until like recently. And the same thing. I talked to my dog about this. Shout out to Melvin. I talked to him about this shit. I'm like, he was like, yeah, man, you know, like he just ain't gonna make it in his class. You know, he ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying enough. You know, and I'm like, you know, again, the real nigga in me was like, wake up. And I'm like, oh, hold up, cause Justin, if you out there, you know, you don't do that to nobody. And I was just saying, like, man, you know what I mean? Like, some of this information is new to people. He's like, bro, simple mathematics. I mean, you get it. And I'm like, and yell at him. But I'm thinking, like, nigga, it took me a long time to get that shit. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I still struggle with it. It's like, I don't care if it's small mathematics. I don't care if somebody have a hard time counting from 1 to 2. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know why I don't make fun of people like that and shit? It's because you don't know they struggle. You don't know what they missed and why they missed it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much factors that goes into the mental health of a person. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that they can't make it, you know, or none of that. Like if this dude couldn't make it, why the fuck was he coming to school every day trying to make it and trying to make it work for him? You know what I mean? Just cause he was struggling don't mean shit. Just cause you ain't shit in the struggle don't mean that you ain't gonna be shit when you survive the struggle. I ain't understand that shit. I don't understand people listening to motivational shit every day, not taking it in and letting it really be a part of their life. They just say this shit in order to get likes on Facebooks and shit or Instagram or whatever the fuck. But when it really come down to it, them words don't mean shit to your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, this dude was struggling, but I was struggling for a long time. That's how I can relate to him. You know what I mean? The dude that was fucked up. Yeah, he was way up there in age. But it doesn't matter if you up there in age or if you my age. Everybody missed something and everybody got something, and we can get something from each other and give something to each other that we don't fucking got. You know what I'm saying? It might take a long ass time for him to learn. Shit, it took me a long ass time to learn. You know what I mean? It didn't take 2 or 3 years, but shit, it took a long time. Same thing, and you know why I'm so passionate about what I'm saying right now is because after school, you know what I mean? After this was all done, I was gonna get into this later, but fuck that. Like, I started a new position at my job. You know what I mean? I work in electronics now because of you know, my college. Dog, like, I lose so many friends. You know what I'm saying? I lose so many people because I don't get certain shit. Like I don't get the register and stuff like that. I never worked on a fucking cash register ever. You know what I'm saying? This shit is completely new to me. I'm saying buttons like, what the fuck does this do? Woo, 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 woo. Oh shit, what I did? Now you just open the drawer. All kind of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you know, so like, there's been a few times where I almost gave somebody too much money back, where I almost did this, almost did that, and then these motherfuckers got the audacity to fucking get in the clicks and talk shit about me and unfriend me from Facebook, say that they want me on Facebook, then don't want me, say that they like me, now they don't like me, all kind of goofy ass shit. Guess what? I'm in the struggle. When I survive this shit and I become the best, don't come to me. You ain't shit. fuck you and die slow. Fuck all of you. And you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking to. It's like, because if you ain't fucking with me while I'm struggling and dealing with this chaotic shit, and go to hell. For real. You know what I mean? And that's a whole lot of people, you know? And like, that's why I make mention of it, because it's the same situation with this new dude, you know what I'm saying? And then with me, it's like, I ain't get it, but y'all motherfuckers clicking up talking shit about me because I don't get it. You know what I mean? Now it's this dude. Now I'm a part of the clique of talking shit about this dude that don't get it. You got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna sit here and talk shit about this guy who I don't even know his background. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. He even had and this ain't to pick on him. Like, he even had a way he talked. He was just like, like he you know what I'm saying? And something was wrong, you know? Like, instead of him using that as a crutch and saying there's something wrong with me, I can never get better, he had guts to go to school and learn some shit and continue to go every day. He didn't miss a day. You know what I mean? Even his situation. So call it, oh, he this, he that. Call it whatever you want. He went every day. You know what I mean? Then he dropped out. Now, continuing on with the story. Uh, Fixing the computers. That's one of the best things I did. By the way, the guy didn't really drop out. He just went to another class. I wonder why. But anyway, so fixing the computers was like, it was tough at first. You know what I'm saying? And this is what made it tough. I know how to fix a computer now. Like, we had limited parts at the school. You know what I'm saying? This is how you fix it. Like, you pretty much, you don't fix a computer. Surprise. There's no such thing as fixing a computer at all. Let's say the computer won't cut on, all kind of shit is happening. Viruses, you know the works. Well, you open your computer, and all you do is remove those parts, put new parts in. It was really replacing shit. You ain't fixed a damn thing. You need a hammer. You need a screwdriver. Nope. Well, actually, you didn't need a screwdriver to unscrew the computer and take the screws and shit out. But nope, you don't fix shit. So yeah, it's really easy. It's really easy. You know what I mean? There's a few mistakes that may happen, on the process of, but like, it's actually, I've been debating my finances at the moment. Not very well. Bright House just called me. That's why that interruption happened not too long ago. They just called me talking about something. We won $103 and give it to me by the 17th. I'm like, you greedy fucks, I see. So anyway, I was like, it's easy, man. Like, first, you put the motherboard in. You screw that in. Then that's when you put the whatever that shit called, the vent. That shit called. Hell, the heat sink. You put the heat sink in, and then you put the fan in. You know what I'm saying? And you put the RAMs in where they're supposed to go, and you put the cables in there too. You put the power in, and you put the cables in, and yeah, like, it's really easy, dog. Like, it's just naming some of the shits be hard. You plug the hard drive. Every port goes into the motherboard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't really know why they call it the motherboard. I guess because the motherboard is the cause of all of these things working. Like, you plug the power, like, that goes into the motherboard. You plug the hard drive, that goes into the motherboard. Even the fan, everything, it all gets plugged into the motherboard. You know what I'm saying? It's like the mother of all of these components. But all of these components are plugging into the motherboard. So it's really like the mother whore. Wow, bruh. So, yeah, man. That's how it is, though. Like, And just like when you replace all them parts and put them together, turn the computer on and see a brand new computer that you created, dog, the feeling you get inside, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bitch, I did some shit. You know what I mean? You get excited. It's like I made a computer. You know what I mean? And it's like brand new. You can put like Windows on it. You know, you go to the BIOS. That's another thing that's like, I still kind of struggle with. Like, just dealing with the BIOS. You know what I mean? It's certain things I know, but it's like certain things, just a lot of that shit hard to remember. And that's another good thing. That's why I made mention of having all of these books, because like I said, I can just go back. You know what I mean? I had all the classes. I can go back. I can look at chapters and see what to do as far as certain procedures and certain things. But yeah, man, this was that was a fun class. It was okay, but like I said, what kind of made this difficult and made this annoying is how, like, my teacher sometimes, with all due respect, and I'm about to get into the blow up, you know what I'm saying? He would just kind of like be like, yeah, Melvin fixed like 13 computers. You haven't fixed any. I haven't seen you fix no computers. And like, what the teacher doesn't take into consideration is the fact, again, we're limited on certain things. We don't have certain shit, so we don't have RAM. Like Melvin, he'll probably use like 2 RAMs. You know what I'm saying? And like it's only like 16 RAMs as far as this. Like he had a tray of RAMs. If y'all don't know what RAMs is, I just realized I'm talking all this shit. Y'all probably like, the fuck you talking about? But anyway, just type it into Google. That's what I had to do all these months anyway. It's this tray of RAMs. It's only like 32 or 16 things of it, and we got like 10 students or like maybe 12. I don't remember. And so everybody, they taking it so they can build their computers, because that's a part of the assignment. You know what I mean? By the time they get to me, I only got like 1 RAM, you know what I'm saying? Or like 0 RAMs. So like with all of these students using all of these parts, some of the parts been at this school forever. Some of them don't work. Some RAM don't work. Some power doesn't work. Some of this doesn't work. Some of that. So you fixing these computers just to figure out, oh damn, this RAM don't work. Oh, this don't work. Oh, this don't work. Then somebody will fucking steal your RAM out your computer while you trying to replace this and do this and do that. It's like, so dog, you can try to fix a lot of computers if you want, but truth be told, you probably gonna wind up fixing one because of all the chaos. You know what I'm saying? And then one time, Melvin stole like 2 RAMs. I was mad as fuck. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, come on. It's like it's already hard to like fix one computer and then put your name on it and all that. Like, finally, let's get to the blow up. This was I'm gonna do the Vince McMahon on this one. In the interest of fairness. Alright, y'all. So I'm gonna talk about this particular video on YouTube. I don't know if people that subscribed or people that will find this podcast later on, because I don't think a lot of people really check out my videos on here. This is really fun. Shout out to the East Coast for listening. Yeah, man. There was this channel on YouTube called Dead End Hip Hop. They review mostly hip hop albums. They have a variety of topics. I've been subscribed to them since 2011, and I have not unsubbed since because they put out great content. There's a video they dropped back in 2011 that I didn't watch until like 2014. I don't even know what made me watch it, but I just wound up watching it. And it was when they had reviewed an album by Lil B called I'm Gay, I'm Happy. And on this video, one of the guys that's a part of the Dead End crew, which is Mike Seatown, he got into this huge ass argument. It's crazy. It's like a fucking movie. I showed my brother this one time. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like gazing at, like, damn, he probably was high. But You know what I'm saying? He was just like, that shit was crazy. You probably don't remember that because he high. Shut up. You know, but he probably don't remember it. It was just because it's just the craziest argument. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of their most popular videos. And like somebody had said, they had asked these questions, I think, in 2013, a Q&A. And then Mike C. Town said that at that time, man, he was tired of his job. He was going through shit. You know what I'm saying? I think he said he was hungover. You know, and so like that's why the blow up was that. It's very intense. I recommend y'all check that out. Just type in "Dead End Hip Hop" review. Lil B, I'm happy I'm gay, and it'll probably be the first one to pop up. It's like a real popular video. That shit crazy. It's like I don't even know how long it is. I'll look at it. Let me see how long it is. This video crazy, man. Dead End Hip Hop Lil B, gay. It's like the fourth video down. Like 20 minutes and 52 seconds. Crazy video, y'all. But even though I didn't have those factors thrown in as far as being hungover, I was tired as fuck, y'all. Now I go to school every day. I hadn't missed a day. The only day I only missed one day out of my whole school term, and that was one day, 2 days before I left the school. 2 days before I was done with the program. Like, and I don't give a fuck. I deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the students was like, "You deserve it. I deserve it," because they was just like, because I never missed a day of school. I never missed a day. You know what I mean? And they were amazed by that shit because when you put into consideration everything I've been through, I almost got hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? Like my shoes was stank. The bullshit with the high school portion. You know what I mean? And all of the stuff that I went through, when you put all of that into account, everything I just really listed, you know what I'm saying? Add all that shit up, you know, and just for the teacher, because like I used to get that early as fuck. I used to like get up like again 5 in the morning, tired as fuck after pushing carts from 6 to 11. You know what I mean? Still haven't trying to find that time to study. You know, and then like so 6 to 11, you got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And watch out for cars, all of this shit, bro. And like you get this. I always made it to school at like always made it at like 6:30. I think I'll get there. No, not 6:30. I think I'll make it at like 7:30 maybe. Something like that. You know. And I'll have to just wait in front of the class until the teacher get there. The teacher always got there late. Always. Like I used to wait upstairs, you know what I'm saying, for the teacher. But it was this girl I'm friends with on Facebook, so I ain't gonna say your name, but you gonna know who you is if you ever come across this video. You know, life happens like that. But oh, yeah, it came to she was like she used to ask me for too much, man. You know what I mean? I used to help her with assignments and shit. You know what I mean? And it was cool. But at the time, I was studying and I was working on Miami Beatdown. You know, and like she'll just be kind of annoying. You know what I mean? And so like I found me a little spot like right in front of the classroom. You know, I could sit down. You know, I could work on my thing and study. You know, so like that's just what I started to do. But again, keep into considerations all the things that I go through, you know. So sometimes early in the morning, I'm tired. I'm trying to get my mind right. I got me a little coffee, you know. The teacher, he'll say things like that, like he'll just do his what the teachers do at the beginning, the whole talk about shit. That he'll do that for a long ass time, and he'll just be like, "Come on, guys, why aren't you motivated?" The first few times you're like, oh, whatever, he don't know what he's talking about. But then one time, after being tired of almost being hit by a car and all the other things that I mentioned, I was just like, Melvin, he started it off. He said, what do you mean by motivation? You know what I mean? He said, isn't coming here enough? And it was right when he said that I probably blurted out, thank you, man. Like, and I just went in and just talked about my grievances. I had just listed them. I'm like, I come here every day. And then just how he was like, and I just like mentioned everything that I went through, because the teacher he'll get on you for the smallest shit. You know what I mean? And I'll just make mention, it's like certain things we don't know, and then you be coming down hard on us. Like, some of this information is new to us. Stop comparing. And I told him to like stop comparing us to other people. Like, he would compare the students and shit. I said that's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because we're at the point where we gotta learn this stuff, not compete with each other about what we know. That's not until we get into that field and try to do better then. I just pretty much I told it like it was. I was getting frustrated, but I had to breathe. Just one by one, after I said my piece, everybody just gave they thoughts, gave their ideas, And one of the things that I said, because I was mad as fuck, I'm like, you don't even give us our test back where we can see where we messed up so we can go back and, fix it. Because the teacher didn't give us our test back. We'll do the test, we'll give it to him, we wouldn't know our grade. You know what I mean? And, yeah, bro, like, talking like frustrated. And then he wound up giving us the test back. And I just stopped after a while. And another reason I spoke up like that is because there was this one student in the class who was about to drop out. And this guy, I respected him. You know what I'm saying? I think his name was Brian. I respected him. He just had a good vibe. You know what I mean? I struggle with religion, you know what I'm saying, believing in it and all of that. But like, he just had this vibe where like, damn, if he can get it, I can get it. You know what I mean? And he just had a great vibe that he brought into the class. I watched it dwindle down as the teacher continued to, again, like do some of the things that I made mention of. You know what I mean? And like, I just hated to see that shit. Like, such a great soul and a great spirit, it kind of like diminished because the teacher is on some bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I tried to speak up for him, and I didn't want him to drop out, but he wound up dropping out anyway, And then we just I talked to me and the kid Brian, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, don't do this shit, And he was just like, he gave some good reasoning though, He was just like, I don't got time for this shit, man. I got a job, I got a car, and he had to leave. I seen a lot of students leave. A lot of people dropped out during my time at going to this school. And I just didn't want them to like regret it later. But honestly, in hindsight, after the rant, it needed to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was gonna come out either way. My teacher was just doing his best. Just like he doesn't know my situation, I don't know his situation. You know what I mean? He could have been going through some shit, and as a result, he putting it out on us. Even though that's not the healthy way to do it, it's like at least we was able to talk about it. At least nothing happened from that. You know what I'm saying? Only the truth just came out from both sides. That's truthfully what happened. And yeah. So that brings us to the big day, which is tomorrow. A lot of people said they was gonna come to my graduation. Lying ass niggas. You're not. But shout out to the people that wanted to come, but unfortunately we was unable to meet. But some people, I knew you wasn't coming. It's all good. I'm very proud of myself. As much as I've ranted in the past and talked all this shit, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna talk some more shit later. But right now, when I seen my graduation cap and gown on Tuesday, my mom picked it up from the school. When I seen it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it all came into perspective. I'm like, oh, fuck the bullshit I argue with my teacher about. Forget the shit that's going on at work. I accomplished something. You know what I mean? I did. So I set my mind to do something, and I did it. And look what I have in my hand at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like usually in my life, at least, I'm always put into situation somebody else put me in. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else told me to go to school, and I went to school. Somebody told me to do this and do that, and I did that. But like this was one of the first times I set my mind to do something. You know what I mean? I I work for Walmart because I have to work for Walmart. Like it's not this was not a lifelong dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I gotta work for Walmart when I turn this age. It's like it's something I had to do, you know? But like, truth be told, this is something that I was like, damn, I should learn about computers, and I learned, you know what I'm saying? I know some things. Forgot some things, but I know something, information I didn't know. And like that shit makes me feel awesome. You know what I mean? It really does. And that's why I'm really proud that I did this. All bullshit aside, I talk shit about this program and all of that. Do I recommend people go to the school? Fuck no. I don't want you to go to this school. But, would I do this all over again? Hell no, I won't do this shit over again. I'll find a better alternative. But I did do it, and I did accomplish something. So all is not lost. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to share my story. Now, where do we go from here is the question. Well, I'm making my mind up. Well, not really making my mind up. Ah, shit. I said I wanted to do cybersecurity, and it's something that I'm still thinking about doing. But once I get all of this paid off from this school, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna pay all of this off, and then I'm starting school probably next year. I'm going in for psychology. You know what I mean? That's truly what I wanted to do at first anyway. Because computers made more sense because working on XTV and dealing with what we deal with on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? That's something that we ran into during this digital age. We've ran into a lot of computer issues, but guess what? I'm gonna fix them shits. We can be our own techs. We can be our own third man, and that's what I'm here to do. What we're here to do in XTV, you know. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you're going through school, please talk about your situation. Within the comments, make a video. You know what I mean? Anything, because like your story is unique. I'm sure my story may be unique to somebody. You know what I mean? I lived it, so it's just like everyday life for me. But I don't know how it will impact others. But I did it. I survived, and yeah.